Hey everybody, welcome back. Olivia, 10-month update.
Hi.
Already 10 months, can't believe it. Almost there to 1 year.
No.
Getting closer. So as you can imagine, still no new teeth. Still just has her bottom two. Maybe she's part ogre, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But on that note, there hasn't been any other teething episodes either as far as symptoms or fevers or anything like that. So
Like almost a month.
yeah, so overall health-wise, it's been a really good month. So last time we talked about how she was starting to look up when she heard sounds. Now she is super in tune with that, and also will like track you when you can't be seen. So if you hide around a corner and move to another spot, her head starts scanning around to find you.
She follows noises.
Yeah, so we'll play that game with her a lot. Then another thing that she started doing, so anytime that we're eating, she'll stare you down while you're eating. So we were at a restaurant last week, and same thing. As I'm eating, I see those beady little two-toothed eyes staring at me. So I slowly looked at her, and she'd look away.
Like, nope.
She'd be like, "No, I'm not looking at you." And then then a few days later, she was doing it again. But then she wouldn't move her whole head. She'd just move her eyes out of the way, and like you could see her still kind of looking at you in her peripheral vision, but not turning her head away. So I don't know if it's a bashfulness or what, but she.
It's a game.
But yeah, she has a little devious smile on her face the whole time that she's doing it. So she definitely knows what she's doing. So another thing she started doing, she's now doing more intelligent clapping. And what I mean by that is like she claps when she should be clapping. So if she, she started clapping a little bit, but just kind of like learning that she's clapping. Moving her hands around.
Right.
But now, like if she hears music that she likes, she claps. Or if she hears the Happy and You Know It song, she'll clap to that too. So
if something makes her laugh.
Yeah.
Yep. Or my mom would ask her, hey, clap your hands. Along with her grandma.
Yeah, and her and Lola have the Close Open song where Lola will sing Close Open and Olivia will follow it with her hands. I think she's starting to wave at people in the sense of waving at people versus flapping her arms like a bird. Because sometimes you'll now see this when you're saying bye. So I think by the next update we'll be having some waving hellos and goodbyes.
Speaking of hellos and goodbyes, she loves giving hugs.
Yeah, she'll give hugs now. Sometimes when you say hug, she'll give a hug, but
she'll really squeeze you too.
Yeah, you'll feel her little claws coming around your neck.
Or strangle.
A lot of times she's now kind of in that hitting stage, not like I'm mad at you so I'm hitting you, but when she sees you, she'll slap on the sides of your face. Mm-hmm. So when she does that, I'll take her hand, I'll rub my face, I'll say no and say nice, and when I finish doing that, she'll hug me afterwards. So yeah, she's starting to hug. Yeah, so I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say the cone with the rings. So she was able to put one of the rings over the cone. I said yay. She seemed like nothing really happened, but you can see when she's looking at toys and looking at things now, you can see her mind working like, what am I supposed to do with this type of thing. So her sensory skills are definitely getting more defined now.
She likes to yell at her toys.
A lot of times now, more than just one like exaggerated screech. I mean, there's still plenty of that, but it sounds like, it's short in bursts now, like if she's trying to communicate something. She'll also mouth a lot still. She mouths a lot more, like she's having a voiceless conversation with something.
Or like she's trying to sing along.
Yeah. Yeah, she does it a lot when there's music. So another emotional thing that she does is she'll now laugh at other kids when they're doing funny things. So when I pick her up from daycare, as we're walking back to the vehicle, a bunch of the kids will stand around and go, "Oh, Olivia, ba 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 da," and while they do that, she's like trying to look around my big head and laughing, giggling while they're doing it, not just smiling, but like physically laughing while it's happening. So she's definitely picking up on that now.
So cute too, and sometimes she giggles. She does her best to cover her mouth.
Yeah.
But never when she sneezes or coughs. But when she's giggling. Yeah,
she's such a lady. Even though she sounds like a dragon with rabies.
She eats pretty much anything now that we're comfortable giving her. She loves fruit. Never picky with any sort of fruit, or even funky things like radish or.
I haven't given her kiwi yet. And the reason why I haven't given her kiwi is because Mama is allergic, so she'll get prickly in her mouth. So I've been a little bit cautious on giving her that. But everything else has been good so far. We haven't had any issues.
Kimchi.
Oh yeah, I gave her when we were at the restaurant. We were at a Korean restaurant, and we were eating some kimchi. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's considered fermented cabbage.
She never had the cabbage. She just tasted the
it's spicy. The seasoning has some spice to it. So I gave her a little dab on my finger, and she was like, So I gave her another one, and again she was, And then I gave her a third one, and then it hit her, and she made this face and this noise like she was breathing fire afterwards. So as you see, it's more shortened, like she's yelling at somebody with a purpose now. Okay, now she says "gat goo goo."
That is a new little phrase.
That is new. You are hearing it live first with us.
She says "num num num" all the time when she is appreciating what she eats, which is anything we feed her.
Now, as she's moving around, it used to just be like she moved. Like, I'm learning how to move, so I'll move around. Well, now when she's like, she loves being on the floor, and when you put her on the floor, she already knows, like, that's something I'm not supposed to have. I'm going after it.
Right.
So she will, and as soon as you beat her to it, she scans for something else she's not supposed to have and beelines it for that. So she's definitely like moving with a purpose now, knows where she wants to go and goes there.
It's so funny too, because we have a playpen for her as a gift, one of our windows, right? The blinds were down, and she just pulled at the string, so the blinds went up, and she was like, whoa. And that's why our blinds are kind of like set up funny now, because not only do we have to fight the cats, but now Olivia is very much interested in, I don't know, snooping at the neighbors. I don't know what she's trying to do, but she's very intent on like pulling strings, or she would see like a wire of some sort, because we're letting her walk all over the carpet in my mom's bedroom. She would go directly for the wires or the electrical outlets.
So we have an ongoing family joke. So when she's peering out the window, I say she's looking for Blondie.
Oh yeah, like my grandpa.
But yeah, we put her. The playpen is kind of like it's like a play yard. Like we've talked about it before. Gated, it's that plastic gate fencing, and that's just to alleviate having to vacuum every 3 seconds because we have so many pets. We don't want her running around chewing on fur balls. So we put her there, and it's off in the corner. But there, like she said, there's a window there, and she likes to peer out it, especially if the dog's out in the back running around. She likes watching the dog run around. So her sleeping patterns. Last time we talked, she was going through a thing where it was like next to impossible for her to sleep by herself in the crib. She's gotten much better. She's gotten a lot out of that now, and she still wakes up at least once or twice a night, but she's going back to sleep faster. So with that, she's also getting a lot better at self-soothing. So when she first wakes up, you know, we give it a few seconds. She'll sit up, figure out it's still in the middle of the night, and then lay back down. So she's definitely learning how to self-soothe. She is definitely already showing traits of being adventurous. If there's something new going on, she definitely wants part of it. And like I said, when you put her on the floor, it's explore time.
Yep. Should always try to get into my mom's bathroom too. My mom's always out of breath chasing Olivia around if she lets Olivia crawl around her bedroom floor.
So it's safe to say that there hasn't been a huge amount of like motor skill development this month, but a lot of mental development this month, both like emotions and just intelligence. So.
Oh, also, Mom does this with her because she would put Olivia in her walker. Because back when Olivia was new in her walker, she tends to walk backwards first. But then my mom would be like, "Come here, walk towards me," and she would walk towards Mom.
And also in daycare, she's in a walker a lot with her friend who's the same age, and her caretaker even says like she is running full speed forward.
Whenever something is in her way, she screams at it, and she's very impatient. Like, why isn't it moving? I just yelled at it.
She has her built-in horn.
She hasn't even figured out how to obviously adjust herself to turn. You know, maybe if I move, it'll be out of my way. But no, that object is in the way. She's gonna yell at it, and if she gets frustrated enough, she'll start crying.
So yeah, other than that, we are heading out to Beaufort for the weekend.
Mary's birthday!
South Carolina, so we will celebrate my birthday and her month day together out there. But yeah, any questions or comments, just drop them down below, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next month. Bye-bye.